Greetings, everyone. Thanks again, once again, for tuning in to Porch Talk. Today, my question is, what is the world coming to? What is the world coming to that we are afraid to help others? Recently, there was a situation where some young ladies had some car trouble, and some guy came and helped them. I think he even purchased a tire for them, changed it, and they killed them. Yes, this is the type of world we're living in. And the question is why? What was that? Are their lives so pathetic? And they, Mona Scott, Love and Hip Hop is not enough entertainment. They had to take someone's life. What is going on in the world today? I remember driving down the street, 8 Mile to be exact, and it was a young man having some car trouble. And I have AAA, so what I was going to do was try to assist him or whatever, you know. Now, I ain't getting out changing no tires and no shit like that. I don't do none of that. But I have AAA. I happened to be on the phone with my spouse, and he was like, keep your ass moving down that street. And the thing about it is, he's right. I mean, it's sad. You know, you see people and you want to help them, but you can't, because people are crazy. They got all kind of scams. You know, there was a scam of people running into the back of you and, you know, trying to get some money out of you and all of this kind of crazy stuff. There's all kind of setups out here. So we got to be careful. But why did we get to this? You know, I mean, I seen another young lady share a story where she was struggling with her mother. With a car trouble, you know, and it was some guys around and no one was helping, and we could say they were just being rude, but it could have been, man, they don't want no smoke. People don't want smoke out here, and it's hard unless you have some kind of ESP, you're a medium or something like that, or, you know, unless you're Jesus Christ, you don't know what's going to happen, you know, helping a person. And that's a problem, because it's the few sick, twisted people that make it bad for everybody, you know. And it's just feeding more into the whole thing of, or the narrative of, every man for himself. We're going to have to reel it on in here, people, you know. And I don't know who I'm speaking to, but we've got to really have to reel it on in here, because that is a problem, that we cannot help one another. That is a tragedy. That's a disgusting testament, actually. And this is our country, and the change has got to start with us. Unfortunately, I don't have the issue. I don't want to go around and blow people's heads off because they're vulnerable. I don't want to rob people. And I've been through some rough times. I haven't been through the gutter. I can't say that. And I won't make up stuff. You know, I haven't been anything rough like that. But there are people out here struggling that could really use the help. I mean, you know, there's been dudes over here in Detroit standing off the Lodge Freeway for the last 10 years. I mean, my man, you ain't made it by now, brother. Give up. You know what I'm saying? But it be stuff like that that makes people not want to give to others. You know, you got people out here, they on drugs, and, hey, let me just get a couple dollars. Or, you got some people that say they were hungry, and I've heard this story before. If somebody was coming up to another person saying they were hungry, they offered to give them some food. They didn't want that. They want some money. Well, if you hungry, you're going to take this food. You know, so the thing is, like, we want to be able to help. I know I like to help people. But, you know, if it's going to cost me, if my cap's going to get peeled back, or you're going to rob me, or you're lying, and you really don't need this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like I need these $4 to go get a 4 for 4 at Wendy's and no shit like that, because I ain't got no business eating that shit no way. But at the same time, I can keep my $4 and not give it to you. My 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever I'm going to give, I can keep that in my pocket if you're going to misuse it. So what is going on? What is going on in the heart of people that we are becoming so sick? And how do we solve this? Because this is a real problem. And they're making it bad for people that have issues, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, every young lady that is going to need help. She might not have a father in her life she can call and come to the rescue, or she might not have a spouse that can come to her rescue, or even young men, you know, they need help too sometimes. Every man is not necessarily good with their hands, and I mean, can I say they should be? I mean, I guess maybe to some extent, being a man, but I think it's reasonable to expect every man is not going to be a physical guru. They're not going to be able to fix every problem. Thanks for me, I've got somebody who's very handy, and I would recommend my daughter do the same, and everybody I know. But the point is, you got men that either you need to be some form of handy or you need some money. But let me get back on topic here. Who's gonna help these men out? You know what I'm saying? Half the men are crazy. It could be a setup too. So it's like, in my case, with my experience, it was a young man that needed help. He was a younger man. He had to be younger than me. Okay, and I'm not the type of person, well, forget that, that's a man, he should figure it out. I just feel like, he needed help. But it's sad because I couldn't help him, and I was going to, but here, my spouse is on the phone, like, don't do it. He's over there like Jiminy Cricket and shit. And, to a degree, thank God, because maybe he would have killed me, maybe I wouldn't be living. I do have children that I have to be here for. So, if anybody's out there listening and, you're thinking about doing something crazy or you got a bunch of crazy ass thoughts going through your mind, I'm not going to condemn you for that, but what I'm going to ask that you do is do some soul searching and go get some help. Because we need to start bringing this country back, bringing our communities back to where we can trust one another again. Of course, you're never going to trust everybody 100%. I don't. Everybody's under suspicion with me. I'm going to be honest with you. You're under suspicion till proven otherwise. I'm looking at your ass all the time out the side eye. But there's a reason for that, though. We have gotten that way. We have became that way through what we've seen, what we've heard, what we've dealt with, experiences. So it's time to kind of change the clock, turn the clock back to where, we can trust one another, we can help one another, because that's the only way we're going to move forward in this country. And collectively, it's caring, sharing, helping, and loving. That's it. That's the only way. It's more to life than going to the church and sitting in the congregation, waving your fans, wearing your big hats, and giving your tithes and offering. It's a lot that can be done on the streets, and unfortunately, people are afraid to do so. I'm going to just give one more example before I sign off. My mom was going to a church at one time, and she said that the pastor had asked her, the congregation, to go around that neighborhood and knock door to door and preach the gospel. This is what I told my mama that's here. I say, no, you're not. You don't have no Glock. What are you talking about? You gonna go on somebody's property in the hood. It's off Chicago or somewhere. I don't know. I can't remember the specific cross street. But you gonna go around there, knock on somebody's door, and a pistol gonna meet you right on the other end. Don't you do that. They don't want to hear that. I'm trying to sleep. You never know what a person went through. They could have went through some crazy stuff last night. Here you go, throwing the Bible in their face, talking about the Lord has something to tell you. They've been in pistol whipped your ass and sent you to the hospital. You better quit playing out here. So I mean, this is just the world. We gotta be realistic. All of this stuff. And I'm saying I'm not diminishing the ability and powers of our Creator. What I am saying is we have to use common sense. And sitting up there talking about we going to somebody's house who armored with the body of the Lord, you going to meet Jesus or whoever you call him. You going to meet him too. And he going to tell you should have used that brain of yours. If I got time to play with you, talking about you preaching the gospel. Look here. Stay your ass at home or help somewhere where you can really help. You want to be of some help, go sign up at a homeless shelter or something like that, or pass out some soup to somebody, or watch your grandkids sometime. Do something that's really going to help somebody and quit playing out here. But yeah, that's just all I really had to say for today. Thanks again, once again, for tuning in to Porch Talk. Make sure that you you tag someone, you share, and make sure you comment down below. Hey, listen, I can't know what you want to hear. I can't know how you feel unless you tell me, okay? So I encourage that. I want to open dialogue, and I want you guys to comment, okay? Thank you so much for that. If you see the little circle, it should say it's a Porch Talk symbol. You can subscribe that way, or you can subscribe in the red button label subscribe. So, also, you can follow me on Instagram at Rocky Road Productions LLC Porch Talk, Facebook, Love Ebony. Make sure you catch me every week because I've always got something for you, whether it be me by myself, me with a guest, or me and the crew. We will be here to greet you every week. Thank you guys so much. Bye.